Hello, my dear students. This is Anjana's Education, and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Anjana's Education. Everyone was asking me why I am not uploading videos nowadays. Number of students, in fact, number of YouTubers, lecturers, teachers asked me where had I been for a long time. Actually, today I am here to answer all your questions. So, in 2020, as we know that we suffered from a pandemic coronavirus that is better known as COVID-19. After the vacation, I didn't get much time to come on YouTube and prepare and upload videos for you because I was quite busy in my college to teach my students, as you people know, about the strict instruction and order of the authority to complete the plus 2 syllabus on time within 90 days. Was quite impossible task for all of us, but we made it possible and we completed it on time. But the question was that the exam was not going to be held very soon, which was very challenging for all the students, but we will stay touched with our study. And I am here again in this vacation to make you feel happier. I am not going to waste your time anymore. Directly come to the topic, which is from invitation to English 2, that is stay hungry, stay foolish, an important topic that we have not dealt with. Today we will focus on that. I am coming to the topic. So today's topic, stay hungry, stay foolish, written by Steve Jobs. It is very much essential that to know about the author before going to start the topic. Who is that author, why he is very famous, and why he has written this topic? Steve Jobs was born in 1955, died in 2011. Is an American businessman, designer, and inventor. He is best known as the co-founder, chairman, and the chief executive officer of Apple International Company. The company, which is very famous, we know that we use Apple iPhone, that is the contribution of Steve Jobs. In one sentence, I must say about the author Steve Jobs, he himself a revolutionary figure in the field of technology and electronics. He brought revolution in the field of computer technology and in the field of electronics. He is one of the greatest visionaries of our times, a revolutionary who changed the way people experience technology today. The technology, that means the computer that we run today, is the contribution of Steve Jobs. The words that appears on screen, that is the contribution of Steve Jobs. Though Apple, he has been widely recognized as charismatic pioneer of the personal computer revolution and for his influential career in the computer and consumer electronics field. So, he is a great person. He is a great visionary, and he is the co-founder of Apple International Company. So, why the topic is written by the writer here? Actually, it is a speech delivered by Steve Jobs, and it is probably the best speech that is delivered by a great person, which is life-changing and life-transforming and career-transforming speech delivered by a great person, Steve Jobs. So we came to know about the author. His full name is Steve Jobs. He is an American businessman, designer, and inventor. So he is best known as the co-founder, chairman, and a chief executive officer of Apple International Company. He is one of the greatest visionaries of our times. He inspires us. He inspires the coming generations. He inspires the current generation. He inspires to the young entrepreneurs. So different skills he had and how he brought revelation in the field of technology and electronics and in computer, that we will discuss. But before that, it is essential to know more about the topic. We will come to the unit 1, that is written something in warm up. The article is Steve Jobs' commencement address at the Stanford University in 2005. It is the speech, the article that we are discussing and we are reading today in Invitation to English 2 has been collected from his speech, and he delivered his speech at Stanford University in 2005. 2005 ମସିହାରେ ସେ ସ୍ପିଚ୍ ତାଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁ ଡେଲିଭର କରିଥିଲେ ବା ସେ ଯେଉଁ ସ୍ପିଚ୍ ବକ୍ତୃତା ଦେଇଥିଲେ ଏଇଟା ସେଥିରୁ ଉଦ୍ଧୃତ କରାଯାଇଛି. ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ୱାନ୍ ଅଫ୍ ହିଜ୍ ମୋଷ୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଟେଡ୍ ସ୍ପିଚେସ୍. ଇଟ୍ ହାଜ୍ ବିନ୍ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ଡ ଏଜ୍ ଲାଇଫ୍ ଚେଞ୍ଜିଂ ଆଣ୍ଡ career transforming. As I told you in the previous discussion, I told you that it is described as life changing and career transforming speech delivered by a great person called Steve Jobs, who is the co-founder of Apple International Company, who is an investor and a inventor, a businessman and a designer. So in the course of his speech, he narrates 3 stories to give an account of his life. The first unit, the unit 1 has been divided into 3 stories, and it is about his life. ତାଙ୍କର ଜୀବନର କଥାକୁ ପ୍ରଥମ ୟୁନିଟ୍ରେ 3ଟି ଭାଗରେ ବିଭକ୍ତ କରାଯାଇଛି. That is likely birth, about his upbringing and education. Birth, ଜନ୍ମ, upbringing କହିଲେ ଲାଳନ ପାଳନ, how he was grown up, how his life was in the early days, and about his education, ତାଙ୍କର ଶିକ୍ଷା ବିଷୟରେ. The first unit of the writer's speech contains 3 stories of his life, that is about his birth, upbringing and education. So as I mentioned you that it is a speech delivered by Steve Jobs at the Stanford University. Before the commencement of his speech, he told to the audience, and what was the speech? କ'ଣ ଥିଲା ସେଇ କଥା? I am honored to be with you today at your commencement from one of the finest universities in the world. I never graduated from college. Truth be told, he told to the Stanford audience. Large number of students gathered there to watch and to hear Steve Jobs and his speech. So before commencement of the speech, before the students of Stanford University, he said to the people that I never graduated from college. That means he was not a graduate, he was a dropped out student. He said truth to the audience. Is the closest I have related stories ever gotten to a college graduation. But he never thought that once he would come to a university to deliver his speech without any graduation. There was no degree with the writer, he had no degree, but he was invited as a chief speaker and he delivered his speech, and we would like to discuss what his speech contains. କ'ଣ ତାଙ୍କର ସ୍ପିଚ୍ରେ ଅଛି? ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଆବାଉଟ୍ ହିଜ୍ ଲାଇଫ୍ ଷ୍ଟୋରି. ଏଇଟା ହେଉଛି ତାଙ୍କର ଲାଇଫ୍ ଜୀବନର କାହାଣୀ ବିଷୟରେ କୁହାଯାଇଛି. ଟୁଡେ ଆଇ ୱାଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ ଟେଲ୍ ୟୁ 3 stories from my life. So it's not a big deal, just 3 stories. The first story is about connecting the dots. So we will later come to know about it. In the end we can know what is dots, but let me tell you about the rise of the writer Steve Jobs, how he took birth. Before that, I would like to tell about his biological parent. So come to the page number 97. The writer started his speech and told to the audience, I dropped out of Reed College. There is a famous college called Reed College, and he dropped out of Reed College after the first 6 months. He went to the college and took his classes. It was been 6 months. 6 ମାସ ହୋଇଯାଇଥିଲା ସେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ନେବା ବା କ୍ଲାସ୍ କରିବା ସମୟରେ. After 6 months he dropped out from the college. What was the reason behind it? କ'ଣ ଥିଲା reason? But then stayed around as a drop-in for another 18 months. And he never went anywhere. After being dropped out from the college, he never went anywhere. Just he was wandering there inside the campus and he didn't leave the college. College ଛାଡ଼ି ନାହାନ୍ତି, ସେଠି ସେ ବୁଲୁଥିଲେ. But he didn't take his normal classes. Class କିନ୍ତୁ ନେଉନଥିଲେ, and he was considered as one of the dropout student of the college. ପାଖାପାଖି 18 months he was there inside the campus, but he didn't take his classes. So before I really quit, so why did I drop out? The thing is that the question arises here in the mind of student. Why did he drop out from the college कौन ପାଇଁ से कॉलेज छाड़िले बा why he was not going to take his classes कहीं तांकर क्लास गुड़ाक से नौ नथिले. Coming to the second paragraph of the page number 97, it started before I was born. The story of the writer started before his birth. तांकर जन्म हेबा पूर्व ही तांकर स्टोरीटी आरंभ होइछि. It sounds quite different when we come to read the sentence. It started before I was born. गोटे अखाड़ुआ लगुच आमको शुणापी जे मोर स्टोरी स्टार्ट हो बिफोर माय बर्थ मोर जन्म होगा पूर्वर. सो व्हाट इज द स्टोरी, whether it is interesting, whether it is full of suspense, and how did he take birth. My biological mother माने who gave birth Steve Jobs, जी Steve Jobs को जन्म देइथिले. My biological mother was a young unwed college graduate student, unmarried. से थिले she was pursuing her degree and the mother of Steve Jobs. My biological mother was a young जने युवती थिले unwed college graduate student, गोटे unmarried college graduate student थिले. And one day she decided to put me up for adoption. That was a condition set by, and that was fixed in the mind of writer's biological mother, that she would put me up for adoption. मते adoption पाई बा adopt पाई मते से रखिले पूर्व से कंडीशन सेट करथिले जे जदि मोर छुआ जन्म हो बा स्टीव जॉब्स को बायोलॉजिकल मदर को जदि छुआ जन्म हुए ताहले he or she must be adopted by someone. जनक द्वारा से adopt हबो and I will not look after him or her. मु तार जत्न नेबि नै, others will come and adopt my child. That was the thing in the mind of the writer's biological mother. Writer को biological mother को mind रे एवला जिंसो चलतला when she was pursuing her degree in a college and she was young and she was not married. से विवाह कर नथिले, युवती थिले एवं ग्रेजुएशन पढ़ुथिले बा डिग्री हासिल करिया ପାଇଁ चेष्टा କରୁथिले in a college, and there she decided to put me up for adoption. मते adopt ପାଇଁ से रखिले. But before that the writer had not taken birth. ता पूर्व से जन्म ग्रहण करि नांती. That was something came into the mind of writer's biological mother. So she felt very strongly that I should be adopted by college graduates. Another condition was set by the writer's biological mother before the writer's birth, before the writer was born. Writer जन्म हेबा पूर्वरु तांकर माँ decide करथिले जे मोर छुआ को adopt करा जिवो, and that has been written here in the next line. I should be adopted by college graduates, but whomever came to adopt me, she or he must be a graduate. से जने graduate हितिवा दरकार. That means she or he must have a graduation degree. ता पाखर रहिबा दरकार. जे मते जे भी adopt करियो बा writer को जे भी adopt करिवो से जने graduate हितिवा दरकार. That was the condition set by the biological mother of the writer before the writer was born. Writer जन्म हेबा पूर्वरु. So everything was all set for me to be adopted at birth by a lawyer and his wife. So when writer took birth, जेते बेले writer जन्म ग्रहण कले, a couple came, a lawyer and his wife came, and they got ready to adopt Steve Jobs after his birth. जन्म हेबा परे when he was just a baby, जेते से छोटो बेबी थिले सेतो ही adopt करिया पे आस्थिले गुटे lawyer couple. So they came and said to the biological mother of the writer, we want to adopt your child. But what happened? Everything was all set for me to be adopted. Adopt हेबा पे समस्त प्रकार कार्यक्रम सरी जाइथिला. But at the last minute, they really wanted a girl. They said to the biological mother of the writer that they wanted a girl child, not a baby boy. So finally, the settlement was undone, and the writer was not adopted by the lawyer and his wife. Lawyer और wife जेतेबेले आस्थिले adopt करिया ପାଇଁ writer को, they agreed to adopt, but finally they denied to adopt because they told to the biological mother of the writer they really wanted a girl child and the writer was a baby boy. So that was the thing, that was over. That is the story of the writer's birth. That was the condition set by the biological mother of the writer. माने writer को निजर माँ जी से कंडीशन सेट करते जे मोर छुआ एडप्ट होगा दरकार. फाइनली ए कपल केम, a lawyer and his wife, and they came to the medical to see the child, but they denied to adopt the child because they really wanted a girl child and Steve Jobs was a baby boy. So my parents who were on a waiting list, the parents, those who were going to be the parents of the writer in real, जो मैंने प्रकृत राइटर पेरेन्ट्स हाँपाई जाऊे, दोज हु वर अबाउट टू एडोप्ट चाइल्ड स्टीव जॉब्स, जे भी जाऊे जे भी पेरेन्ट्स हाँपाई जाऊे राइटर, दे वर ऑन ए वेटिंग लिस्ट, से मैंने वेटिंग लिस्ट थे and got a call in the middle of the night. They got a call. So the parents of the writer, those who were about to adopt the child Steve Jobs, they got a call at the midnight and they said to the parents of the writer को parent को कहले जे we have an unexpected baby boy, do you want him? आम पाखरे गोटे baby boy अच्छी and we have put him for adoption, and if you are really interested to adopt, please come and meet us if you want to adopt. Finally they said, the answer came from the parents of the writer, and they said to the biological mother of the writer, yes, we of course we want to have a child and we are getting ready to adopt your child. आमे आसुचु एवं आपनको पुओ को adopt करिवो. So finally my biological mother later found out that my mother had never graduated from college, that my father had never graduated from high school. As I mentioned you from the beginning, and as I had been mentioning you from the beginning, that the biological mother wanted what, and what was the condition set by the biological mother of the writer, je my child must be adopted by a literate person, he or she must be a graduate. But when the parents came to adopt the writer, the biological mother came to know about their education, and she came to know that the parents of the writer, that means the wife, but the mother of the writer was not a graduate from the college, and on the other hand the father of the writer had never graduated from high school. So finally the settlement, finally the agreement कौन हेतला was incomplete because the writer's biological mother never wanted to give her child to the non-graduate parents. So what happened in the next? She denied to sign, the biological mother of the writer denied to sign the final adoption papers, and the writer was not adopted by anyone else. And few months later, परवर्ती समय किछि दिन पर she agreed, she finally agreed. We can write a word relent, R-E-L-E-N-T, relent of past tense होची relented. The story I told you, जे finally the writer was about to be adopted, but the writer's biological mother refused to sign the final papers because the writer's parents were not a graduate. ସେମାନେ ଜଣେ ଜଣେ graduate ନଥିଲେ. The writer's mother was not a graduate from the college. On the other hand, his father was not graduate. His father was not graduated from the high school. So that was the question, and the person, writer's biological mother, never wanted to give her child to a non-graduate. So what happened? She refused to sign the final papers. Few months later, she agreed to sign. The biological mother of the writer agreed to sign in the final papers when the parents of the writer told her that one day I would go to the college and would start my study. And after that, the writer's biological mother agreed to give her child to the parents of the writer. Finally, the writer was being adopted by the parents when they said to the biological mother of the writer, one day I would go to college. So that was the story of its birth.